Part of Alaska or all of Alaska?
As long as the light's not blinking, then you're good.
How about now? That's that day.
No, yeah, you're blinking. Yeah.
Josh and Luke talking.
There it is.
You had to drive 3 hours away.
Right.
And you'll notice the difference.
I do think a cool thing about relationships, though, is like being able to, it kind of like tests your flexibility, I guess, as far as like ways that you've never thought before you're like introduced to them. It's always very interesting to hear other people's like perspectives, and like I've never looked at it like that. Being with someone that looks at things differently, you're just like, oh, okay, like this is like the other side of it. Mm-hmm. Never really looked at like a glimpse into the other world.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And it's definitely refreshing to get out of like the overthinking world occasionally.
I wonder sometimes, like some people are meant for relationships, and some people aren't. Maybe I'm just not meant for it. I wonder that. Like that's not my makeup of a person. Even though it's like something like that would be nice, like how we were talking just earlier.
I mean, I don't really look at it as it really being your choice. It's kind of like saying you don't deserve one. It's like, well, if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But
like a relationship isn't a choice.
We talked about this earlier, where it's like you're very selective, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Right. I understand what you're saying. Like,
you
relationships
don't get lonely.
aren't a choice. Like it's kind of spontaneous.
Right.
It happens. But at the same time, even though it can be, but here's the thing. Let's say if it happens, I still have the free won't. Like we were talking.
Right.
Instead of free will, it's like I could just do. You know what? Nah. And toss it if I really want to, and it could be perfect. I still have like that choice if I want to pursue with it. Like I could be. Think about this. I could be like a type of person that's really bitter and be like, you know what? No, just have spite. I'm not going to do it.
Why out of spite?
Because that's what I mean. Because there's a choice there. You always do have a choice, and it could be like a perfect thing going on, but like you just made a choice because you just don't want to.
Right.
No, you never know when that
you
stuff
want to
happens.
You want to hop on your motorcycle and build a tiny home.
Right.
So it's like, and you meet the perfect woman. Oh no, do I not build? See, but the thing is, it's like that decision won't be tough. It's like you'll know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you can't preemptively think of it because this woman doesn't exist yet. I mean, in reality, just in our minds. So it's like, I don't know how to make a decision until it's in front of you. It's kind of like when people ask me, it's like, what would you do if you were in my circumstance? I'm always like, I have no idea. I need to be in your circumstance. Otherwise, there's no way I could give you an honest response. There's what I would like to hope I would do. There's what I would do. You know, there's different levels to that.
The more I hear it, it's kind of discouraging when you see all the types of relationships that are falling apart in front of you. Like everything that I've experienced from everybody I've been around is discouraging because I'm thinking, if this is what it is, like then I don't want it. The cons outweigh the pros in a lot of the things. Do you know what I mean?
I get it.
If this is it, like if this is what they're saying what it is, then I don't want it. But I know like you make it out to be that way.
I would say it would be more discouraging if it didn't make sense.
Explain that.
Usually when things end up bad, it's like it makes sense why they did. You know, it's like a math problem, or it's like...
I mean, explain it better, like the circumstance.
You'll see a relationship and you know it's not working out, and then it doesn't work out. It's like, well, it wasn't working out from the beginning. So it's like, it's not really like surprising.
No.
But it's also a rarity to see a relationship that works out really well. From my perspective, I just rarely see a relationship where I'm like, oh, this is working really well. I'm like, I'm happy for these people. That's nice. It would be more discouraging if it didn't make sense, but more often than not, it makes sense. Where it's like you see it, and it's like, what are they doing? Mm-hmm. And then it doesn't work. It's not like a surprise.
And do you think with what you're saying there, now this is my opinion, everybody has a different opinion on it. I heard your mom say it actually before too, and I agree with her. The difference also nowadays, unlike back then, well, way back then, now we have, since birth control and all that kind of stuff, we just have the freedom of just sleeping with whoever we want. So it's like, once you instantly just do that, people think, oh, there's your relationship. It's built off of that, and that's wrong. Like, if people had more patience in the way of like this, let's put off the instant gratification of sexual relations and actually see if we can be like-minded or actually can deal with each other over a longer period of time without indulging in relations. I think people have a much healthier relationship, and especially when it comes to women and men, equal.
I think people would take sex more serious.
Take more seriously, but also I think people won't be as depressed. People won't be as disturbed in their mind. Think about this. Let's say a woman, especially, I don't care what people say, women are definitely more fragile in their mind in this way. Once a woman gives that up in the way, like, let's say she has sexual relations and the relationship doesn't work out because she just indulged in instant gratification, right? Because we all want instant, look, masturbation, the same thing. It's instant gratification. There, whew, that felt good. What happens? They get that, but then they go into another relationship. They don't have the patience to wait it out to see if they can actually work the relationship, all their pros and cons, and see if they can balance their strengths and all that kind of stuff.
Validation, peer
so they don't have
pressure, and
anything
low
going on in the
self-esteem.
relationship. So what do they do? Oh, we don't really have much going. We really like the sex, and they go into that. I feel like a lot of relationships nowadays is based off that, and I think that's very destructive to a relationship. If you're basing any relationship off of just instant gratification of relations, most of the time, not all the time, but at least I think, 85% of that pie, it doesn't work. I think that's a fact in anybody, even you. In most of your previous / relationships, it was just all instant gratification. Oh, let's have sex. Take away sex completely. I guarantee you wouldn't have been them more than for the time before you even had sex.
Right.
Like, here we go. How
Yeah, I
long?
would
Here we
agree
go.
with that.
If you want to be honest with me, let's say your first girlfriend you ever had. How long before, like, meeting her in the way of, like, just having a conversation to, like, the day you had relations?
I mean,
a week.
It was in high school.
I don't care if it was high school or yesterday.
No, I'm just giving you details. I don't care if you care.
I don't mean it like that. I mean it in a rude way. I meant it in the way of, like, from
No, I know.
talking.
I'm just thinking, but it couldn't have been long.
'Cause I
Probably
don't-
like a few months,
Okay, a few months.
maybe like 3 or 4.
Now, and a lot of people would say, oh, that's great. That's actually a really long time. You waited a really long time. Good for you, man. Could you slip and fly like this? Let's say this. Before you even indulge in that, could you stand there and say, I could marry this woman and be with her for the rest of my life? Could you have said that at that time?
In high school?
Yeah. Would you
No,
have said
because
that?
we were all trained to be dumbasses in high school.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
Just smoking and drinking.
I think if somebody stands
Yes,
back and says, I
think if
could
it
marry
was-
this person.
If it was taken more serious, if sex was taken more serious, we all didn't go to school where it was promoted and like, yo, bro, did you do it? Like, did you have sex with her?
That's-
Oh, did you have sex with him? Like the girls talking,
I know,
the
but
guys talking.
and that's why I think a lot of
It's
things.
a joke now.
What we're
It's
teaching
fun.
about, like, respecting women, it's all BS, because the way I was raised was true way of respecting women. You want to be with her, Luke? That's what you want. You got to marry her. It's like, oh,
What's
that's how I was
mo-
raised. I think, well, that's awful to tell them.
What's
Like,
more respectful than that?
Yeah.
But you
The
know
thing
what?
is, you're treating
It's
them like-
everyone's choice, but no one wants to handle the repercussions. And you know what? I'll be honest, that's a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
The fact that I understand why people don't want to wait.
And people, and no,
Of
it's
course
funny.
they don't want to wait. But let's all be honest with the repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
As I drive into other lanes, we'll be all right.
People say I'm too judgmental. I'm judging people too hard. I'm not judging them. Whenever I say when I judge somebody, I see myself in that. Thing is, I know. Even my parents told me when I grew up, you can easily fall into that. It's easy. You're only human.
What, judging other people?
No, falling into
that.
sexual intercourse.
Right.
It's easy. We're human. That's what we do. That's what our biological purpose is.
Right.
I know I could fall too, so I'm not looking at somebody like, huh, you skank or you bastard of a man. I could do the same thing. It's so easy to. You go out, you can meet somebody that's and she's really nice, and like me, it'd be so easy to, like, fall for that. Like, the moment's just right. Yeah, of course. I know I could do the same thing. No, like how Jordan Peterson said, I can see the monster inside myself. I could put myself in the same position. It's so easy. So I try. It's very hard not to. The thing is, it's hard to do the right thing, and it's so easy to do the wrong thing. It's hard to delay instant gratification. It's easy to take the instant gratification. That's why I learned life. That's why people can say, well, you're boring. You don't want to have fun. Yeah, you're dang right. I don't. If you want to call that fun, no. I'm trying to take as much responsibility as possible, and it's hard. And people think, well, why do you do that? People say, well, don't be so hard on yourself. No, you should. It's called growing up. But I don't think people think that way anymore. Everybody wants to be infantile. They just want to be self-pleasured. And even I'm guilty of this. Everything I'm talking about. If I masturbate, it's the same kind of thing. We all do it. You can't lie about that. We all do.
The thing is, it's like if we all do it, all these sorts of things that we're talking about, we can't still promote it. You know, you can do a bad thing and still say, it's like, I did the thing and it's not a good thing. But the thing is, nobody wants to call out their actions as being bad. Instead, they'd rather justify.
Yeah, I don't justify anything I do. I have done things like that. Like, here we go. People say, no, it's funny.
Me too.
People will say...
And I will still speak out against them, even though I'm guilty of them. It's like, you hypocrite. It's like,
no, I never said I was good. I never said that I was perfect. I never said that I never committed a wrong thing. Of course I have. Right. It's funny because the things, most of the things I have done, people don't think as wrong. But I do. I always do. People think I'm just being hard on myself. No, I just think...
Well, it doesn't matter what other people think.
No, it doesn't. But I listen because I want to know how they think.
Right.
So I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, they're like,
who am I dealing with?
That?
Who am I talking to? Is this... who's my opponent?
If you're on like the internet and stuff, it says masturbation is a good thing. It's healthy for you. It's good for women. It's good for guys. And I think it's pretty obvious that it's not a good thing. It's like a cigarette. It could be addicting. I'm not sure if there's like a healthy way to go about it.
What a good thing is this. If you're a man and you find a woman, or a woman finds a man, and you be with that person and you make work for the rest of your life, go ham. That's a good thing. You're exchanging energies. It's equal.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're loving each other. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so if we take morals out of it and just talk simple energy, after that, people are just drained. They don't feel like doing shit. I would say let's just speak on that way. It's very clearly, it's like you're wasting your energy when you could be like out learning something, doing something, being productive, but instead, no, just...
Because it's the easy way out.
Yeah.
It's very easy. Like I said, it's easy to do the wrong thing, hard to do the right thing.
And it feels good restricting yourself from doing instant gratification. It feels like an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm. And guess what?
Free won't.
Even me, though. Even me. It's called you relapse so you can fall.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Same.
I don't justify it.
Right, but I'm not going to be out here promoting
I don't want to lie about it. No, I don't promote it.
People do, though, because they don't want to be the bad person.
They don't want to be wrong.
They don't want to be wrong.
They don't want to be wrong. They want to be right.
Nobody
all the
wants
time.
to be wrong.
They don't want to be judged. I don't want to be... Everybody doesn't want to be judged. Please, I want to be judged.
Yeah, judge me.
Judge me.
You know what I think is cool about this podcast, too, is like, if we're saying things that offend people, if people don't like certain things, they could sit down and shut... No, like, they could voice
have the
their...
right to shut up.
Shut up. We're the ones talking. We got the microphone. Like, just to hear other people's opinions and input.
Yeah.
It's like...
You don't have to agree.
Yeah, I'm so down to hear other people's opinions.
And I have the right to disagree if I want.
Yeah.
Or agree if I want.
And how cool is that? No one's hurt at the end of the day. Just words were exchanged.
Well, people will get hurt. That's the thing, because they would say they're hurt. I mean, we won't get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I can speak for myself, but other people I can't speak for.
Is there anything that would offend you, Luke?
No.
Same.
I look at
only because I've thought about this.
I always look at things. I think we said this before, but I always look at it as like, if you say something that, if I'm against something, I just do what you made that choice. Everything about me is like, you made that choice. It's your problem now. There's things that like I don't agree with, and people can say it all the time, right? I say somebody using like absurdly amount of profanity, like that's unnecessary. Like even I use it, but it's unnecessary. Now people will say offended. I'm not offended at all.
Right. I don't understand offensive
that's your
language.
lifestyle.
I think the term offensive language is pretty funny.
No. Yeah.
How do I know what's going to offend you and what's not?
Right. I wouldn't even ask somebody to stop. That's the thing. There's some things like I don't. People are like, oh, you should say that. If you don't like that, you should tell them not to say. I would never do that.
Or how about the landlord telling us to tell them if our neighbors are too loud?
No, I won't do that.
He was like, because your comfortability is important to me too. I'm like, yeah, I have no problems with them being loud. I like it because it takes attention off of us.
Yeah.
Let them be the problem.
Yeah, I'm never sad or upset the fact that I can't say like my whole life, but at least for this most part of it, I was sad that I wasn't with someone, or if people they thought like they try to make me feel bad that I'm not with somebody. Like I have gotten that before. Like they try to make me feel like I know what they're doing too. They make their little smug comments, trying to make me feel bad that I'm not in a relationship, or like I don't have what it takes to be in one. They do that, and I find it funny.
Right.
But why I become, if anything, I come like that kind of sadness. It's not the fact that I'm not. I do.
That you know what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Why? Like, why do you think that way? Is this actually how you think?
Yeah. It's
that's
like they let you
I feel
down,
sad for you in the way of like,
so.
not sad for you like in a condescending way. I mean like
genuinely.
Yeah. Like, is that how you actually think? Because that means that you're never going to be in a relationship if that's how you think. A real one. I'm waiting for a real one. If it doesn't happen, oh well, who cares?
Yeah. Like when I hear your story, if anything, I find that admirable. Those are quality traits. That's a great view to have, and I wouldn't change a damn thing. But other people hear what your thoughts and how you've lived, and they're like, what? We gotta get you to a bar.
Because they want you to be just like them, because it justifies their actions.
I just look at it as it's like they're not really there to understand where you're at.
But they're not your real friends. That's how you learn.
Are they trying to corrupt you, or are they just working with the only tools that they have? Is it malicious or ignorant?
No, I think they want you to be like them, because if you're different,
So
it
that's
scares
malicious.
them.
Maybe. Okay, I think it might be multiple layers of this. I tried to summarize it to, are they being malicious or ignorant? And it might be a combination of both, with subconscious stuff behind it. Where it's like,
because some people,
really
I think,
know.
just they like filth.
Yeah.
Some people like darkness.
Yeah, I mean,
Most men love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil. That's a good saying.
is that a saying?
Yeah, I think that's didn't say most men, it said men. I added most. I think that's in the Bible, I think. Yeah, it's in the Bible. Like, I'm not forcing it down anybody's throat. It's just it's a good saying. Men love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil. Now, people could say, oh, I don't want to hear this talk. I'm just saying because it's a good saying. Let's say it's not from the Bible. Let's say I read it on a stone that somebody written on it. I just think it's a good saying.
Just say it was ancient Chinese proverb by Qin Kong.
But that's the thing. Why should I have to say that?
Just say it.
No.
Say it.
No. Because the thing is,
It was Chen Sun Lu.
why is it only... It's funny because I always thought that was funny too. If you mention anything like it's from like the Bible, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
it's not credible.
disgusting. I was hoping it was some Chinese
Yeah,
proverb.
because that's fine, but it can't be from the Bible. Okay,
Yeah, people hate that.
apology. I think it's funny.
I mean, I just look at it as it's like,
But that's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna say that's from something else. No,
no, I'm just kidding.
I know, but like, when people say that, I'm like, no, this is who I am.
So I've read
This is who I am. I gotta deal with the fact that everybody else out there is a freaking weirdo to me. Okay, I'm a freaking weirdo to you. There, we're equal.
It's fine, we're all nuts.
Except me.
I do think that's funny though, where it's if you say like all like the quotes on like Instagram pictures and stuff, where it'll just say like, I don't know, whatever, and then some like ancient Chinese whatever. Like that's all okay, but like people that post like Bible stuff, it's like they're the weird ones. It's like, I mean, they're both beneficial. There's so many different ways to paint the picture and explain it to people.
That's why like sometimes a conversation only goes so long, because like I asked somebody before, I'm like, I mentioned the word sin and they said I don't believe in sin. Now when somebody says that, it ends. I'm not there to argue that they have to believe in it, but I just do, okay, let's say if you're a person that doesn't believe in sin, because when you mention the word sin, they're thinking biblical. But
Right.
if you say right and wrong, then it's not biblical anymore.
Right, you gotta kind of creatively
So
explain it.
So you're saying I have to.
I mean, you don't have to do
See?
anything.
Exactly.
But if you want to continue the
I just find it interesting. I'm going to, me as a person, I'm going to be the one in life that always has to bow down and be,
No.
what can I do for you to make you happy? And I'm never saying that to my mom. She's like, no, you don't have to. I'm like, it seems to be that way. Part of my language, I don't give a anymore. Dude, like just the word like this is what's going to be. When I get my high-pitched voice, it just means like I'm throwing my shoulders up right now, everybody, because I just don't care. It doesn't matter.
Shoulders just have
It doesn't
some
matter. People are going to do what they're going to do. That's what I found out. People are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to make their choices. I'm not there to change their minds. I'm not
Hey,
there.
you're not gonna
I'm
make anyone happy.
I just don't care. You want to know who I am? I will be more than happy to be 100% honest and tell you what I've done and who I am. You don't like it? As Donald Trump says, you can leave.
You can leave.
I'm not here to keep you. I'm not here to twist your arm. That is my way of loving you. I want the best for you. I want people to stand up and fight for their freedom, to fight for what's right. I believe in there is a justice out there. There is a right, but then if you're a person that says what is right, what is wrong, we draw the line. I don't talk to that.
Well, if
That's just confusion.
someone doesn't believe in sins, then it's my thing. What I would do, say, do you believe greed is a thing? Do you believe lust is a thing? Do you just go over them and do you think these things are positive or negative? Do you think there can be positivity coming from this, or do you think there could be negative? You don't have to explain it. You could just stop the whole conversation. But me personally, I have fun
Saying that.
I have fun using different language to paint the picture, and then.
But I already know what they're doing.
Yeah,
This is what they're doing.
I'm not trying to convince them of anything.
No. I know what you're saying.
It's
I
just
know what
fun.
you're saying.
It's a fun game for me.
But I already know, before even I do any of that talk, I know why they're denying sin as a whole. Because the thing is, if you accept it, it condemns them.
Yeah, you don't want to be a bad
No one wants to be
person.
condemned. In the way of so they're saying, if I just get rid of this belief in the word.
I cut to the chase. I condemn myself. This is not good.
Yeah,
What I'm doing
exactly.
is not
but
good.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. I get it, because
if they accept right and wrong, they know they've done wrong actions. They don't want to do that. See, people don't want to admit that they're wrong. They don't want to admit that they did something bad. Or if they did, they justify it as saying, well, it's normal. I don't get that. When I do something bad, I admit I'm bad. Like, that was a wrong decision. That choice led to something that is very monstrous. And I look at myself and I'm disgusted with myself. I can look at myself and do that. I think that's a powerful thing to do.
I think so too.
And I think a lot of people don't like to admit the monster that they are.
If you say it's normal, you're never going to grow.
No, you just go deeper down that rabbit hole.
Like back to like the threesome thing we were talking about last podcast. That's your normal? Yeah, like, oh, it's fine. Everyone's doing it. It's like, well, good luck down that rabbit hole. There ain't no normal now. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people have to stop listening to other people, which is ironic.
Like
don't
us,
listen to
like
us anymore. Yeah. Don't listen. What are you doing? Listening to us.
You know what this is? It's just like, this is a nice way of having a free speech because there's no interruptions. You can hear it. You can shut it off. You can do whatever you want. You have that freedom to do that.
But you gotta think for yourself.
It's like, that's why I listen to podcasts. That's why I listen to YouTube. That's why I listen to Jordan Peterson. Or, hey, I listen to others. So I listen to evolutionists speak. You know, I listen to it all. I already said this before. It's called just think for yourself.
By listening to someone, it's like you can catch a vibe if they are empowering you or weakening you. And a lot of, like, for instance, like the SJW stuff, it's like they say, like, these people are coming after you, like, these people are targeting you, these people, they're taking advantage of you. If you're listening to something and they make you feel like a smaller person, then it's probably not working for you. But if it's Jordan Peterson empowering you, like giving you the choices, don't be afraid
Jordan,
to accept that.
Yeah, that kind of talking is basically making you a true individual.
It makes you responsible for your actions as you should be held
accountable.
People really don't want that, though.
They don't want to be accountable. They just want to complain.
But how can you can't really fix that, though. If someone doesn't want to be responsible, it's like you can't say you must grow up.
Because some people want to be kids.
Yeah, this life is very capable in treating them that way. They could continue, they live their whole life like that. They'll be the perfect like group of people to be marketed to. Clicking the Facebook ads, buying all the things. You're easily manipulated.
I had somebody say to me once, "Oh, Luke, you should go on a date with this person." I'm like, no, it's not the right kind of person for me. I kind of know what they want in life. It won't work out automatically from the bat. And they said, "Oh, don't be that way. Like, life's too short. Go out and like just do it." And when they said that, like, I was kind of like froze and thought to myself, and I didn't say anything to them. I thought, yeah, exactly. In my head, life's too short. Why would I waste my time? Why would I be foolish and make a choice that I know is foolish, or make it sure there's nothing wrong with going on a date? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that life is too short. Don't just go out and waste it and just be a scumbag.
It's like to when is a good time to do something dumb?
It's never a good time to do something dumb. It's never a good time to be foolish. It's never a good time to be childish. It's never a good time to make a stupid decision. It's never a good time to get drunk. It's never a good time to take drugs. It's never a good time to sleep around.
But you're young.
Yeah, I'm young, which means get as much knowledge as possible and become a better version of an adult. That's what the world needs. It's a good, true, honest, good, structured foundation leader.
Kids will be kids. Yeah, you're really, really helping the cause.
You can say that about anybody. Like when they do boys would be boys. Like, oh, that's awful to say that. Well, yeah, women would be. Let's think women would be women. Yeah, it's all stupid.
Yeah, it all sounds very terrible. It's a way to support the people.
Sinners would be sinners.
Sinners will be sinners. What are you gonna do?
That just covers all of it right there.
Murderers will be murderers. What are you gonna do? Let them free.
Every time something horrible happens in life and people take that situation because like things are falling apart in their life, bad things are happening, they instantly blame the good for it. Like, here you go. What's the typical saying you hear? Oh, I hate God. Like, if God doesn't exist, because if he exists, why is there murder? Why do people die? Why are you blaming him? If anything, why aren't you blaming the people that are doing it? God's not doing it. Like, if you don't have to believe in God, but you know what I'm saying? They blame the one person, the one thing that's completely good. Look at, like, here we go. If there's a city of scum and you're the only decent person walking on the street, people look at you and envy you and hate you because you're good. People hate it. They never blame the thing that, if somebody kills somebody, they don't blame the person that's evil. They blame, like, oh, if there was a real good person, they would have done something about this.
Their image of it is that he can intervene whenever he wants and should save everybody and like save the day and all that. Like,
that's a horrible way. He's not a superhero because they don't understand, here's the beautiful thing about it. He gave everybody a free choice. If he could do that, would you want that? Would you want him to be a programmer, just control you like little robots? No, he gives you a freedom. And the way of it is, you have a choice to love or to hate me. So if you hate him, he's not going to hit a button and say, well, I want to control everything to make it perfect. This wouldn't be life.
I understand that as being a very complex issue for people to comprehend.
Here we go.
Like, that's not an easy thing to pick
I want you to finish that too. But like, if I could comprehend God's thoughts, that's not a God worth worshiping. That means I have as much wisdom as him. That's not God. Yeah, but everybody, like, I remember him all the time. He this didn't offend me. I just thought, like, he knew what kind of person I am. He knew I was a Christian in the way, like, I believe in God, right? And when I was in the kitchen, he was saying something, and he's like, I hate God or whatever, and he was like being really filthy too. He was saying things that, like, he knew I don't talk, and it was really filthy. Like, I thought, like, man, like, like, I don't like to hear things in general, but he went above and beyond just to disgrace it. I didn't say anything because I thought, this is your choice of saying this. I didn't even say anything about it.
Right. It has nothing.
And it got really perverted, and he was mentioning God and making it pervert. It was really disgusting. I thought, like, that's disrespectful. I just thought, if you were my friend, like how he was saying, you want to do that in front of me, to my face. You can think that way. You can even say it.
I would just look at it as that person doesn't really know your relationship,
and that's what I'm hoping too.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't know this, and
he doesn't know what he's doing. I look at everyone as if they're a child.
Right, and I didn't hate him for. I just did.
You kind of just think less of a maturity of that person.
I feel like
I kind of was hoping you to be at a higher level of maturity, or like be able to somewhat understand.
I just do like they don't understand. They don't know what they're doing.
Right. Keep it simple.
Actually, what's funny that you mentioned that? Even in the Bible says that when Jesus was crucified, he says, "Forgive them. They know not what they do."
Right.
Even he said, forgive them. They know not what they do. That's exactly. And I said, like, we can all learn from Jesus, right? So when I look at a situation like that, I think he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
He's going through something in life that's very painful. I have pity on it, more or less. So I hope the best that one day, like, it all gets resolved. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I feel like people's views of the Bible and everything are pretty tarnished, and what they're mocking isn't the same thing as what you have learned to understand. What they're making a joke out of just isn't the same thing. Yeah, so it's like you can't even get mad at someone like that. What they're doing, it's not the same person that you know.
Right. And that's all I'm saying as well. It's kind of like people always like to put the blame on someone else except themselves. That's another step of, like, taking the responsibility. I've never met a person,
blaming, like,
very rarely I met a person that does it's just what it is. It's either like this is what it is, I have to accept the situation, or it's like, it's my fault, I'm taking the responsibility. But I've always usually meet people that do, oh no, it's because this person did this to me, I'm like perfect in all kind of ways.
Well, also look at, like, the environment, like our work environments too, where a lot of the times people will get punished if they're honest and will, like, say, I messed up. But if you came up with, like, an excuse and lied, then they're like, oh, okay, it's fine. You get punished for being honest in a lot of work environments. Our whole society, even school, if you cheat, it's a good job, you did good on the test. Meanwhile, the person that didn't cheat and, like, didn't do as well, it's, ooh, bad person. We're rewarded for bad behavior.
Just to sum things up, I only wish the best for anybody. Even if things are falling apart and they're in, like, a bad situation, I only hope the best. Even if people are, like, certain people listening, let's say, like, Nick right now, and wherever he is, like, I hope he finds a sense of peace, a contentment, an acceptance of himself, you know? Like, I really do hope that. I know people think, oh, no, you don't, you're lying. They can think that, but for anybody.
No, I feel that way towards
any
anyone
woman,
that's, like,
even
done
in the beginning,
against me.
Right, like in the beginning of the conversation, I'm talking about women in bad relationships. Like, I really hope that they find a sense of peace and contentment with a relationship that they're in. I wish, like, anybody in a relationship finds, like, a relationship that's perfect. In a way, not perfect, but, you know, like, that's beautiful.
Yeah, gives them
I
that
wish
sense
there
of
was
peace.
more beauty in the world, and that's a rare thing. I'm not talking about the physical aspect, you know, I'm like and that's a rare thing, and real beauty takes a lot of work.
I think talking about self-control, self-responsibility, owning mistakes, I feel like these are the things that cause beauty. Honesty causes beauty. There's nothing more honest, nothing more beautiful than someone being honest. That's beautiful. And I feel like we're really lacking that today, and I feel like if we're able to put this back into the world by talking like this, that's a beautiful thing.
And, like, when people stand up and fight for, like,
truth.
the freedom of truth. I'm trying to encourage that too. I know this is a thing that's usually said, like speak your truth. That's another topic we'll get on later. No, I always say speak the truth. Your truth can be whatever you make it to be, which means it could be a lie, and that's your truth. People lie to themselves all the time, and that's their truth. That's the reality. That's why I think that word's dangerous. But that could be a topic some next podcast or something. That's a whole other hour.
Yeah.
I always say speak the truth. The truth is a set of foundation that's written in the beginning of time, pretty much.
Truth is truth. You can have
it's natural law. It's natural law. I think it's what it's called.
That's why I always sum it up. 1 + 1 = 2. It's just the simple balancing act. If this doesn't match with this, it's not going to be good. I wish nothing the best for people finding their peace. And it's not about like being right or wrong when like, oh, these people shouldn't be with these people. It's not going to work out. And I'd rather be wrong than right in like a circumstance like that. I'd rather someone to find their happiness.
Yeah, I'm not trying. Exactly. So I'd rather be wrong, but I just know the outcome of it. I've seen it before multiple times. Like, I don't want to see somebody's relationship fall apart. Like, oh, I'm like really happy that it happened.
Told you, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, and that's
like, that's not cool. But yeah, if people are just more honest about what they're going through, I'm having difficulty doing this. I keep falling into the same relationship cycles. Got to look at yourself.
Step back, look at it.
Yeah, look at the situation. Look at yourself. Look at the views.
You have all the time in the world. Just take the time. Be patient.
Yes, if anything, slow it all down.
Yeah, just focus on yourself. Not in the way of a selfish way. Focus on yourself. Love yourself.
People do that all the time. They say, I'm loving myself.
You're not.
If you have to say that you're doing it, or you might not be. What does it mean to love yourself? I think it just circles back to delaying gratification. Figuring out what you want, being able to hold your own ground by yourself, being able to travel by yourself or needing a person. I feel like that's all self-love. It's not like...
And that takes time.
It's not like going buying a pair of shorts.
See, that's what you should be doing with your youth. You take that time in your youth because you have all that energy and time. And then when you hit that later years, you're ready. But what people are doing, they're delaying, they're not doing that. So now they're 30. And now they have to start the process, and they'll be like ready by their 45. That's what's sad. You waited all this time acting too, and it's
there's never a good time to do stupid.
No,
I feel like that's a good way.
And when people preach out, I don't have any reason to really want to be around them.
Preach out? In what way?
No, when people preach that, oh, let's go out and have a good time, or I don't want to be around it.
Yeah,
I don't live that way.
I have no time to do. I don't
put my energy into that.
Life is short.
I don't waste my time.
You're right. Life is short, so I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, life's short. Don't make stupid choices because you can't take it. Life's like a coin. You get to spend it once.
That's it. Well, we just made it home from the desert.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I hope you got something out of this whole thing. I feel like we did. Have a great night.
Have a good night. God bless.
And take care.